Hi, welcome to your midweek minutes for Module 4. And this week we are reading about and studying motivation. And so I hope you continue to be motivated by this class. But what I thought I'd do is reflect on one of the videos that's posted for this week. It's done by Daniel Pink, who is more of a popular business writer. But I really like his book called Drive. And I think he summarizes some really interesting findings about what motivates people. And he boils it down into 3 areas that he emphasizes, and that includes autonomy, mastery, and purpose. So people are motivated when they have autonomy, when they have control over their surroundings. People are motivated when they have mastery, or when they're pursuing mastery. People want to be good at something and be known for being good at something. And then finally, people are motivated by purpose, when they feel like their efforts are involved with something that's larger than themselves. So as managers, I think there are some very practical things that you can do to motivate the people around you. And that's a big part of what management is. It's getting the people around you to work together to get the work of the organization done. So how do we motivate through autonomy? Now this can be difficult. It's often very challenging to give autonomy because you feel like you're giving up control yourself as a manager, and that you have responsibility for getting things done. But again, if you want to improve performance in the organization, it actually might involve you giving up some control. So I think there's 2 things as a manager that you really have to do. One is to really listen, okay, to be quiet, to take in information, to listen in a way that's truly listening, so that you really hear the good ideas that you want people to pursue. I am a person who I think autonomy is a great idea, but some things are not good ideas, and I wouldn't support you just saying, hey, any idea should be pursued. You should really listen and give people feedback. And the second point on autonomy, at some point you really have to trust other people. And I think if we know the people around us and we give them opportunities to be successful, it's easier to trust them. So listen and trust to support autonomy in the workplace. How do we promote mastery? Well, there's a number of ways to promote mastery, and one way is I think very simple, is through supporting training and development. So people feel motivated when they feel like they can actually accomplish a task. People are very unmotivated when they feel incompetent. And so you really have to promote competence through training and development. And even then, when people develop a level of competence, you have to further support mastery by giving realistic, constructive criticism. Even when people have reached a certain level of mastery, that doesn't mean that they are masters of some skill, of some competency. And so you have to know different people that you're giving feedback to, and give them feedback that continues them to motivate them, to recognize that they can continue to get better, because that it gets harder and harder to get better on each successive improvement that you make. There's a little bit smaller gap to fill, but it's still there, and you need someone there to perceive that and communicate to you about that. Finally, let's talk about purpose. How do we promote employees feeling purpose in their work? Here, I think one of the most important things to do is to connect each job, especially those jobs that you are supervising, those people, connect their jobs to the strategy of the organization. Oftentimes, especially after we do a job for a while, it's easy to forget why our job is important, why it's connected to the success of the organization, why it's connected to what the organization is trying to achieve in the future. So as a manager, I think it's important to really connect your department's work to the strategy of the organization, and then take that and connect it to the job of each individual in your department, and connect their work to the strategy of the organization. So if you haven't had a chance to watch the video by Daniel Pink, please do that. It's not a long video, about 10 minutes, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Well, have a good week. I'll talk to you soon.